Alright, this is Tom with an update for my full garden. I've done a little harvesting of my kale, got all of that stuff all picked out, and I'm going to take and get some fertilizer for that today, I hope, and see if we can't get us another batch of kale going. Over there I harvested what I thought was spinach. I just found out this morning that that's actually kale. I thought it was spinach, but I was wrong. And back there we have my potatoes, and they're doing well. And there's the other tomato plant there. And right down front here we have some what is that? That's eggplant. I just really think it's a huge waste for that whole big plant, and it's only going to produce maybe 2, maybe 3 fruit, and that's it. That is going to be it for my eggplant. And I only planted 2, so I'm probably going to end up having to get some more. And down here is that cabbage and the beets that I planted. I'm just not real sure. I don't know if it's hard to grow or what, but these beets just really aren't doing much of nothing. They're still very tiny. And so is the cabbage. The cabbage really is growing really slow as well. So I'm not sure what that's all about. I guess I'm gonna have to look that up on the internet to see what they say about growing cabbage and beets from seed. And over here we have these are my carrots, and my carrots are really starting to do well. I'm hoping that I can finally grow some carrots this year. That's my hope and prayer, but we're gonna see. And over here, hiding behind everything, is my Swiss chard. As you can see, I harvested a lot of that this morning too. My wife has been a little bit greedy because I told her I was going to give it away if she didn't harvest it. So she went in and harvested it, and she's putting something together for her co-workers and all of this stuff. But hey, you know, it was either going to be that or I was going to find somebody to give it to, because I think I got more than enough to give away. Over here is my collard greens. I think I've harvested collard greens about 4 times so far. So I've gotten quite a few collard greens out of that. I got some put away in the freezer, and I got some that I actually need to go ahead and get cleaned up and cut up today that I picked yesterday. Over here I harvested some broccoli. So I'm hoping that that will reproduce. I think it will, but I don't know. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the broccoli. And let's see here. Over there is my peas, my sugar snap peas. I've gotten quite a few sugar snap peas that I was able to harvest out of there. I'm not real sure what's going on with these Lincoln peas here, because I really haven't gotten very many of those. I don't know if it's just the seeds are about 2 years old, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. And oh, there's another pea that I just found. I didn't know that was there. It's hiding back there. And that's the thing with these things. They're green, so they hide among the foliage there. And back here we have some of my hot peppers. And look at this thing here. I believe that is a Hungarian wax pepper, I think is what that is. So that thing's going to be getting plucked here soon. I've already been getting some wax peppers off of these. So we're going to wait and see how these things grow. And there's some more hiding among the leaves. And we've got some jalapenos that we picked out of here, and you know, put those in a salad. And this says that it's a I think this thing said that it was a cayenne pepper, but that's a big behind cayenne pepper, so I'm not sure about that at all. We're gonna have to wait and see. I haven't picked any of those yet, so I don't know if it's hot or sweet, but it's growing. And then back here I've gotten quite a few mucho nacho peppers. I've gotten quite a few off of this plant there already. And then over here we've got my beans, and I've actually got some beans that are growing. So we'll be harvesting some beans here soon. And I've got, like I said, I've got some yellow and I got some green. I got some purple beans in there, and they're starting to sprout. And there's another batch of those beans over there. And back here are my sweet peppers. And there's a really, really big one right down front. Let's see if we can get in there a little bit closer and see what that thing looks like. But it's a pretty big one there. There it is. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. So we'll be picking that thing soon, cooking that thing. So that's that one. And there's my cauliflower. My cauliflower, I'm gonna have to thin that out. I know I said that the last time that I was gonna thin it out. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've just been making sure that the weeds are staying free and clear. And here's my okra over here. This okra is really starting to grow now from a couple weeks ago. And over here, hiding underneath here, is my corn. Now I am going to get that transplanted either today or tomorrow. It's supposed to rain all week long. So I'm kind of going to take advantage of the rain and try to get in there and get that corn transplanted. And over here, let's see, we got some jalapeno peppers, pepperoncino peppers, ancho peppers. I don't think anything in here is sweet. These are all hot peppers. But I've got several of them growing. These were the ones that I grew from seed. So they're doing well. And back over here, I went to Sam's Club and I picked up some more buckets. I ain't figured out yet what I'm gonna do with them, but hey, I got them. I went and put some mulch dirt in them. So I just got to figure out what I'm gonna plant in there. And then we're gonna take us a walk up the hill here. And let's see what we got going on up the hill here. If I don't slip down, if I slip, don't laugh at me. All right, here's my cucumbers. And even though the nursery told me that those were supposed to be bush cucumbers, there's no way that's a bush cucumber. That is a vining cucumber, because it's just growing like crazy. And look at this surprise. Oh my God, I got a cucumber in there. Wow, so the bees have actually been doing their job, and they came up here and they have pollinated my cucumbers. Now that's a surprise. I did not know I had a cucumber growing up here. Over here is what I think is the bush cucumber, because as you can notice, I got those on a stake, and they're not growing all over the place like they normally would have been doing. So I think these are probably the bush. I may have gotten them mixed up myself. I blame it on the nursery, but hey, I may have done it myself. Green peppers doing okay. They're not growing as well as I thought they would have grown, but then this is partial shade up here. So that's going to be part of the problem. This partial shade I've got. So, and here's my next crop of collard greens. These are actually what they call top bunch collard greens. So these will grow straight up, and I'm gonna have to stake those eventually. And here's my next crop of beans. These are gonna be ready to go by the time the other ones have completed their life cycle. These will get started. And look at my watermelon. It is finally starting to take off. It has been a long time coming, but I'm really happy to see that my watermelon is taking off, and it's starting to spill over the bucket there a little bit, which means that hopefully by July 4th, we'll have some watermelons growing. They won't be very big, but hey, anything I can get for the 4th of July is going to be greatly appreciated. And back here is my raised bed. I actually had to pull out all of those seeds because the chipmunk kept going in there and eating them. So I planted some seedlings. These are crookneck squash seedlings that I planted. And back here is the zucchini squash that I planted. And over there along the edge is some more okra. So, and then all of these little blank spots you see here, that's where I'm going to put the corn. And I'm going to try to put at least 2 pieces of corn in each one of those squares there. So that's the plan for that. And this is everything up here on the top of the hill. Let's go down here below and take a look at my herb garden. and see how it's doing. I'm kind of happy with that. I've been on the YouTube all morning long looking at ways to dry out those herbs so I can start harvesting those herbs. So I'm going to probably be doing that sometime today. And we got my herb garden over here, and it's just doing really well. I don't know what I'm going to do with these strawberries yet, because as quick as they grow, and I know I said this before, that I'm going to get some strawberry netting. I've just been too dadgum lazy to do it. Everywhere I've gone, I've asked about it. And I don't need a whole 50-foot roll. I just need enough to cover those 7 pots. There's my next cucumbers that strawberries that I'm probably going to plant up front once they get a little bit bigger. My, oh wow, look at the lavender is really taking off really good. I'm starting to get some nice flowers on it. And my herbs are just really overgrown in here. So I really need to really quickly start harvesting that stuff and drying it out. My wife has been using the basil to make pesto. And over here I need to go in there and pull out this thyme. I did look on the internet this morning, so I know what I need to do for the thyme to get it up and going. And oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to have my finger in the way. And then over here I need to get this mint. I've got some chocolate mint and I've got some peppermint. And you would think that that is a weed, because I actually thought it was, but that is actually my chocolate mint there. And it's kind of growing. Then hidden down there is my French tarragon. It's hidden down there, and over there are my blueberries. And I'm just really liking the fact that my blueberries are starting to grow and stuff. And I'm looking forward to having some blueberries here soon. Even though I don't eat them, my wife eats them, so she'll have her some blueberries to eat. And there's that nemesis plant of mine. I done cut that thing down. That thing was about 15 feet tall. I cut it up and it just keeps right on coming back. So I got to go to the nursery to find out what I need to do to kill that thing, because I'm sick of that plant. And that is going to be my entire garden update. This is Tom from Fat Boys Garden with another update of my full garden. We'll give you another update probably in about 2 weeks. We'll take a look at it and we'll see where everything stands. So that's all for now. Tom from Fat Boys Garden.